welcome to Go Riding TV. Today we head to the Kawarthas for a poker run ATV ride. I'm here at the Ontario Camp of the Deaf for a unique teaching opportunity, and our crews head west for the Knox Mountain hill climb.
Go Riding TV is brought to you by GoRideOntario.com. Ontario, yours to discover. By Yamaha, what kind of Yamaha are you? And by G-Max Helmets, quality helmets for everyone and every ride.
Buckle up, let's go riding.
How are you this morning?
Good, how are you?
Excellent.
Most ATVers are all over the opportunity to ride. And if the outing also helps charity, even better. Today, 100 riders have gathered for a poker run to raise money for community living.
Well, community living's been in the city of Kawartha Lakes now for just over 45 years. And we provide support and services to individuals with developmental challenges and their families. And currently we're supplying service to about 750 families. As you may or may not be aware, we are a non-profit charitable organization, so therefore we're government funded. And we know how tight things are with the government these days as far as financial support. So we try and supplement our income any way, in shape or form. We used to have a winter snowmobile ATV poker run. And we did have it for 1 year, and then unfortunately the weather was not conducive last year to being safe, so we decided to try a summer event instead. Unfortunately, we had to leave out the snowmobilers, but a lot of them are ATVers anyway.
Central Ontario is incredibly scenic, perfect for the poker run. Today, riders will warm up on the rail trail and then veer off into what's called the Pinery Trail, a tree-covered, more challenging mix of terrain that throws in a few puddles to keep things interesting.
I don't need this. My son.
Your son did that?
Oh, hell yeah.
Where is he?
Right behind him. Give him shit.
Nice job.
Thank you.
I let him get in front of me, and I was waiting for a big puddle and an opportunity to get up beside him when he was in the middle of the puddle, and it came along, and I just whipped by him and covered him. It was beautiful.
Gotta have grub, and the lunch stop was pretty cool. In the historic village of Kinmount, we got a slice of heritage with our grub. We had the tour of the old rail station and great old sawmill, and popular among some of the group was the farmer's market. Nothing like a fresh pie mowdown on the river's edge. Now that's lunch.
I brought the finest silverware.
Right.
I have washed it. So. 7?
In addition to raising money for charity, poker runs are all about folks. Getting out for a spin with your buds and making some new ones along the way. Great people and great places having a blast.
Oh, we're out here for the good time, the good ride. Just enjoy the first spring ride that we've had so far this year. Most of the time we got caught up in the winter time, kind of jammed in there in the house, and you got work and stuff. And great to be out here on a super wonderful day. This is the first one I've ever been on. I only bought my machine last year. It's the first time I ever had one, and we saw it posted at the local IGA in Bob Cajun, and it was something that I phoned the guys up and said, hey, do you want to go and let's check it out? So we all made sure we were the first ones here.
We're supporting a good cause, and it gives us an opportunity to ride some trails we haven't been on before. Well, the trails are really quite nice. They're, I would say, intermediate to beginner trails. There's nothing really too hard. The rain the last day left a lot of puddles around, but that just makes it fun. The dirtier you get, the better. At the end of the day, it's not who wins or loses, it's who gets the dirtiest.
All good rides must come to an end. So lose the buckets and put on your best poker face. The campground was filled with drama as the cards were turned, declaring the winners. For those not making the cut, the mud stories were flying.
Well, we went off the trail just a little bit. We went to the Marsh Trail, and it was not too bad, but we had to play a little bit. And when we got to Kinmount, we turned around and we played some more.
Give me a spin.
So is this what people consider playing then, when you get back like
Oh,
that?
absolutely,
So
absolutely.
I gotta ask you then, did these guys not play over here? What's wrong with this?
Oh, I followed them.
Didn't play as hard.
They didn't.
The trails were good. We had some rain last night and they kept the dust down. And once we got through the pineries, it was wet spots, from last night's rain. And so once we got through the marsh, it was quite wet in there, and then some deep mud holes. And yeah, we went in them. We played.
The trails are varied, which is great. They'll be at different levels. We had a nice, easy trail, and then we had a good, challenging marsh trail today, and it was fun. And there was no chance of getting hurt or damaging your equipment, and yet you got stuck. That was good. I got 2 daughters, and maybe for the first 25, 30 years with 3 women in the house, I wanted to get a machine and get down and dirty. Yeah, and actually my wife is somewhere on the trail. I lost her, I guess.
I picked up 4 spades right off the bat, and I bought 2 extra carts, and I picked up 2 more spades, so I got myself what was it called? A royal flush there? It's straight flush. So yeah, lady luck again.
You win and you don't even know what the hand is? You're not a poker player?
Never played poker. Just like to play in the mud.
Well, congratulations.
Oh, thank you very much.
Forget the cards, everyone's a winner today. Thanks to all the participants, the community living fundraiser went well. And let's not forget the great day for a ride. Good folks, great places, and a good cause. All great reasons to go riding.
When we come back, it's off to BC for a very cool vertical challenge.
Ever since the invention of the second gas engine, as it takes 2 to race, the boys have been competing. And it really doesn't matter what they're racing, it's about the competition. There's likely no better event to define that than the Knox Mountain Hill Climb. Located in Kelowna, BC, the Knox Mountain Hill Climb is the longest running paved hill climb in the world. Every spring, drivers show up with all sorts of horse-powered rides and take over this road through the park to find out who is the fastest. The road, while paved, is narrow with off-camber corners and seriously steep grades. Great for a nice Sunday drive, but hardly a racetrack. The only way to try and tame this run is to keep on coming back.
They keep coming back, and they just pick away at every corner a little differently, or not differently, but just trying to get the run down smoother and a little more power in the car, maybe different tires, and they kind of look forward to coming back. It's only once a year, so they got all year to prepare.
This is my first time at Knox Mountain. Never even been to the Okanagan before, so it's quite a thrill. Yesterday was a little bit weird, though. Came here to the land of the sunshine and it poured rain all over us, so it's a hard mountain, hard to learn.
Fairly technical course?
Well, it's very technical, and in road racing, which is what I'm used to, lap after lap, your 52-year-old old brain gets imprinted with what comes next, what comes next, what comes next. You run a hill climb, every shot you go up, it's a brand new thing, and you only get 2 runs yesterday. It's hard to learn. You'd have to come back here 5, 6, 7, 8 years to really learn it and go fast, really. But it's fun.
It's a very fast track. It's lots of high speeds, and maybe the railings there are not too many railings, so I'm scared, but I'm gonna go.
New guy coming up, what should you look out for on the hill?
Turn 5. Yeah, turn 5 is it's a fun corner, but it can do some harm. But it's good. That's the only thing. The hill's fun. It's well kept. It's well maintained.
You gonna come back for another 15 years?
Oh yeah, as long as the wife will let me.
If you make a mistake, you're really going to pay the price. That's at the speeds we're going.
The huge mix of vehicles that enter keep the crowds entertained and the action interesting. Of particular note, these big rigs pull hard to make the grade and get the gears shifted up the run. And as we paid witness, some do it better than others. John Hafner, who's been coming here for over 30 years and holds the course record, has some good advice for drivers.
I would tell them just to really learn the hill, walk the hill, look at the corners, pick your braking markers, and be careful. First timers have a habit of crashing on a hill, including myself. I crashed the first year I came in 1971. Line is important on a racetrack. In hill climbing, I have a little different philosophy. I like to take a line going into the corner, but you don't get very many chances at the hill, so I tend to be a little conservative and hang to the inside a little more than you would in a racing corner, just for safety. It gives you a little bit of slide-out room.
Whether you have an old beater, an open-wheeled racer, or an 18-wheeler, if reaching the top in the fastest time possible is what you crave, then add the Knox Mountain Hill Climb to your May calendar.
When Go Riding returns, we showcase the off-road riding being taught here at the Ontario Camp of the Deaf. Normally right now I would be at Horseshoe Riding Adventures teaching beginners how to ride. But today is a very special day because I'm here at the Ontario Camp of the Deaf teaching these guys how to off-road ride. Established in 1960, the Ontario Camp of the Deaf, or OCD, was started by Pastor Bob Rumble. He envisioned a facility where a deaf child could enjoy everything that a summer camp could offer, but in an environment without any communication barriers. Today, over 200 guests enjoy the OCD as a place of opportunity for deaf, hard of hearing, and multiple handicapped young people. This camp is also home to Lino Zecca's Moto Camp, where kids of all ages come to learn how to ride motocross bikes. Witnessing the fun the Moto Camp kids were having, Derek Rumble, director of the OCD, thought it would be a good idea if his OCD campers could also try riding bikes. Completing the idea, ride instructor Clinton Smout was brought in, and along with his crew, they visit the camp throughout the summer to teach these very special kids how to ride.
I think it's a great exposure to those who are less fortunate than you and I that can hear and talk and walk and do everything so-called normal.
I'd rather teach a deaf kid how to ride versus a hearing child how to ride. They appreciate it much more than anybody else would. It's a lot of fun. It's a good experience. You get to learn sign language. You get to learn with different disabilities all the time, so it's awesome.
It's something some of them don't experience every day, and to see them have fun doing it, it's something new for them, and I enjoy teaching it.
We have our separate dormitory for the Moto Lodge, but at meal times, swimming times, tuck times, that little candy store you saw, the hearing kids that are on dirt bikes for the week integrate with the larger group of deaf and otherwise handicapped kids. And it's neat because we're only 35, 40 people that can hear. We're the weirdos because we can't sign very well. So it's a juxtaposition to normal society where the deaf child has been ridiculed sometimes at the mall because they may talk a little funny or they hear a little funny. Whereas here, it's back to verse where my two sons feel a little out of place because they'll say, "Dad, what did that lady sign to me?" And sometimes I can grasp it. It's like French. If they talk really slow, I can get it. But the cook is deaf. The people that work in the laundry are deaf. Everybody's deaf, so it's their world. So it's quite the privilege for our kids to come up here and integrate with them. And I hope they leave with a better appreciation of how good they have it. They have a dirt bike, for one thing. They can hear and walk and talk. Everything's normal, so to speak. And I think most of the kids pick that up.
Camp counselors are quite involved and get to help out a lot with the kids.
The Ontario Camp of the Deaf is honestly the best place I've ever been. There's no place I'd rather be and spend each summer. It is one-of-a-kind facility for deaf and even hearing kids as well, and it's tons of fun. You make loads of friends each year and they become like your family. It's really quite cool.
A lot of the kids that are coming up from Moto Camp don't realize that they're coming up into experience deaf culture that they would have never experienced anywhere else. And to see them intermingle and stuff, it's really exciting because they get to meet new kids and meet kids that have the disabilities that they would never have seen anywhere else. And I think it really opens their eyes and see a different world almost. And a lot of the kids that come up from Moto Camp, they get to learn sign language too, just through meal times and stuff because we do eat together.
Having the opportunity to ride like the dirt bikes and the ATVs is just, some kids have never even seen them, let alone had the chance to ride them, and it's quite a cool experience. It's all they talk about. They wait all week for the ATVs and the dirt bikes, and then they talk about it the rest of the week. And it's quite cool. And it's cool because the deaf kids, they can do it. They're not like handicapped because they can't hear. It's something they can do just like a hearing child could. So it's pretty cool.
It's nice to teach the kids a new skill and watch to see them practice and improve what they're learning up here. Oh, he's ridden a snowmobile, but until he came up to camp, he's never ridden an ATV or a dirt bike. More fun than bicycling or different things that move.
With some great assistance, Counselor Vera Patterson helps us find out what the kids think of riding.
Excited. What I did, I went really fast and it was very bumpy, and I was stopping and stopping. It was funny. He went the wrong way at first, and he fell off the ATV, and they had to clean it up, and he had to wait, and he went around 3 or 4 times, good. He went faster, and he's good at it now. Oh, I really enjoyed it. I went really fast all around the track. It was so fun. I fell last time. I was afraid. I was afraid to go on it, but I did this time. Before he's been on the 2-wheeler, but this is his first time on the 4-wheeler.
Which did you like better, the 2-wheeler or the 4-wheeler?
4 wheels.
How come?
It's better over the bumps. She likes feeling safe on the motorcycle.
It was another awesome day here at the Ontario Camp of the Deaf. All my friends and I had an awesome time riding. I'm Michelle Sullivan for Go Riding TV.
Closed captioning is sponsored by GoRidingTV.com, the powersports website for all enthusiasts.
We've got sleds on pavement. When Go Riding returns, we hit the strip for some asphalt drags. Sleds on the blacktop in summer. Check these bad boys out.
It's not a common sight, but it is one that draws a double take from your eyeballs when you see it. Snowmobiles blasting down the asphalt. Yes, sled drag racing is alive and well. Here at the 5th annual King of the Hill Dragway event held in North Bay, Ontario, winter enthusiasts trade in their woolies for sunscreen and a t-shirt and take the sleds out for a ride.
Well, racing on the asphalt's a big difference from the ice. The first 60 feet is so crucial to get the sled off the line. You really feel like your shoulder's going to pull right out of its sockets with the acceleration. It's great. Well, I used to be a weekend warrior. I used to race a Mustang, and I'm spending lots of money to get it to go fast. I got myself a sled. I can use it year-round, and it's a fraction of the price. In the summertime, I have a lot more time, and it's just more fun when you can do it in a t-shirt. The atmosphere seems to be a lot better, and everybody's not cold. They're not cranky. So we just come out and have a lot of fun.
I've been racing snowmobiles on ice and grass now for probably 15, 18 years, and it was a natural progression. About 15 years ago, someone came out with the first asphalt track, and we fired it on one of our sleds, and we were one of the first in Ontario to run them, and the rest is just taken off from there. It's a great way to get out in the summer with the family and have some fun bracket racing, and we travel all over Ontario and the northern states and have a lot of fun as a family running the sleds. Racing on asphalt is a really neat feeling because the track is glued. It's very sticky with the hot rubber, and the sleds accelerate extremely fast. I mean, if you compare to the speeds that we're running with some of these sleds, we're outrunning a lot of the big cars here, and people come to the track and see sleds go for the first time, and they just can't believe how fast they actually run. And bang for the buck, in my eyes, the sleds give you a great rush at a good dollar value.
For you winter sledders, don't go gassing up quite yet. There's a few things needing attention to run in the summer on the blacktop, but when you get her dialed in, it works.
Well, to be honest with you, it's actually fairly simple. You can do it fairly cheap. We run a bilge pump just for coolant and some garden hose adapters just to cool the sled down, and it's really pretty simple. And as far as rear suspension, for about $200, you can modify a stock suspension and buy a slick and a set of skis, and away you go. And I mean, then there's 3 months of the year you can't use your sled, and only instead of 3 months you can.
Hitting an event that's loaded with a mix of power sports seems to be the key ingredient to keeping people entertained, and that goes for participants as much as spectators.
Like I say, 5 years ago when we started this venture out, the idea was to bring NHRA drag racing to North Bay. We knew that there's a lot of people in North Bay. We needed a motorsports event like this, and like you say, the diversity is just fantastic. And as a committee member, we've worked on that to try to have a little something for everybody. It's not just snowmobiles with the bikes, and like you say, the feature attraction. We've had everything from wheel standers to jet cars. Just trying to provide a little bit of something for everybody.
Oh, it's just a great event to be at. It's put together well. We need something like this in Northern Ontario. There's not enough racetracks around, and we can really lay down some numbers on a good day.
Hey guys, I'm Michelle, and today we'll do cornering. When you approach a corner, you want to be sitting fairly close up to the seat. As soon as you come into the corner, you want to be looking out of it. And we're gonna have our foot pretty close up near the front of the wheel. You don't want to drag your foot. So as you come up, you want it pretty close, and you're gonna lean your body to the opposite side and turn your bars, leaving this arm fairly straight and a 90 degree almost on your left-hand side. Okay, so as you approach the corner, you want to be in probably second or third. Lean it over, and you're gonna have to try and get comfortable with having the bike leaned all the way over. That way you can keep your speed up through the corners. Woo!
Go Riding TV has been brought to you by Yamaha. What kind of Yamaha are you? By GoRideOntario.com. Ontario, yours to discover. And by Snowgore Canada Magazine, Canada's best snowmobiler. Next week, we go ride Ontario on the bikes through the beauty Bruce County, share some monkey business on the track, and we find an exclusive on the water.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching. And remember, if you have any cool comments, ideas, or events that you'd like our staff to cover, surf our website at goridingtv.com. Send them to us. We'd love to hear from you.